Let me tell you something nobody told us growing up. You don't attract women by chasing them, impressing them, or constantly trying to win their approval. You attract women when you become the man that doesn't need to be chosen to feel complete. That's the whole game. The moment you stop trying to be liked, the moment you stop performing, the moment you stop shaping yourself into what you think she wants, that's the moment you start becoming magnetic. Because high-value men don't chase. They build. They become. They lead. They become. They lead. And when a man is leading his own life with courage, purpose, and clarity, women notice, not because he's flashy, not because he's loud, but because his presence feels like stability in a world full of chaos. Let's break the illusion. We were raised to believe that you had to do something grand to be desirable. Drive the car, make the money, hit the gym, send the perfect message, learn the slick lines, upgrade the wardrobe, project confidence, even when you're breaking inside. But that's not power. That's not power. That's theater. That's noise. Real power is silent, calm, centered. The man who has truly done the work doesn't need to announce his worth. He doesn't even need to speak it. He lives it. And every room he enters, every person he meets, they feel it. He walks differently. Not because he's trying, but because he carries something most men don't, a grounded sense of self. He knows who he is. He knows what he wants. He knows where he's going. And he doesn't bend for anyone who tries to pull him off course. Not for attention, not for validation, not for sex. That's high value. He isn't ruled by impulse. He doesn't chase short-term highs. He doesn't compromise his mission for comfort. While other men waste energy trying to win her over, he's busy building a life she wants to be part of. And that's what makes him so attractive. He doesn't need her. So attractive. He doesn't need her. He wants her. That's different. He desires connection. He enjoys feminine energy, but he is never dependent on it. Because he's already full, already whole, already rooted in something deeper than appearance, affection, or approval. So what does that mean in practice? It means he knows how to be alone, and he respects himself enough to not fill the silence with distractions. It means he doesn't need to text 10 women to feel worthy. He doesn't scroll endlessly for compliments. He doesn't try to convince anyone to stay. He simply moves with integrity. It also means he's selective, not arrogant, but discerning, because he knows that not every woman adds value, not every woman aligns with his path, and he's not afraid to walk away from beauty if it lacks depth, respect, or alignment. Women can feel this instantly. They can sense the man who isn't fazed, the one who looks her in the eyes, not with desperation, but with calm. The man who isn't seeking something from her, but offering something to her, something real. And most importantly, the man who doesn't rush. He doesn't need to prove he's good enough. He already knows that's what separates him. And let me be clear, this isn't about being cold, distant, or emotionally unavailable. That's insecurity dressed up as detachment. A high-value man isn't afraid of emotion. He just refuses to let it control him. He feels deeply, but he chooses wisely. Soy. That's maturity. He listens. He leads. He communicates with honesty. He sets boundaries with grace. He stays soft where it matters and strong where it counts. And when he meets a woman who mirrors his energy, who respects herself, carries herself with grace, and adds peace to his life, he doesn't run. He doesn't play games. He makes space for her, because now it's not about getting her. It's about building with her. He's not looking for entertainment, into looking for fulfillment. He's looking for alignment, but here's the twist. By the time he reaches that place, by the time he becomes the man he was always meant to be, something changes. He no longer needs to attract anyone. Why? Because at that level, attraction becomes effortless. It becomes a natural consequence of his character. You ever seen a flame try to attract the moth? No, it just burns, and the moths come. Flame doesn't chase. It just radiates. Be the flame. Be the flame. Don't waste your life trying to convince people of your worth. Spend your life becoming so grounded, so focused, so purpose-driven, that your energy becomes undeniable. Your confidence will speak louder than your words. Your peace will be louder than your pickup lines. Outspokeness. Your consistency will be sexier than your car, your cash, or your clout. The men who lift a finger are still in the proving phase, still trying to get something from women, still seeing connection as a performance. But when you finally stop performing, when you stop trying to impress, when you start operating from truth and not fear, everything changes. Because attraction is not created in the moment you meet her. It's built in the years you spent becoming someone worthy of meeting. So, don't focus on women, of meeting. Focus on your values, focus on your vision, focus on your habits, focus on your character. When that's in place, women won't be a mystery anymore. You'll understand what draws them in, and more importantly, what keeps them. And here's the final piece. Once you've done the work, once you've built the foundation, once you've made peace with your past and sharpened your future, don't just attract anyone. Choose wisely, because your time, your peace, and your energy are sacred. You've earned your standards. And the right woman won't just be beautiful. She'll be a reflection of everything you've become. So don't chase, don't beg, don't prove. Just become. Become so powerful in your stillness, so focused in your mission, so authentic in your presence, that you don't have to lift a finger. You simply walk into the room, and the right ones recognize you instantly. Let's start with something most people don't want to admit. Attraction isn't luck. It isn't magic. It's not about chasing, pretending, or playing games. The truth is, attraction is gravity. Gravity. And just like gravity, it can't be seen, only felt. You can't fake it. You can't force it. And no, you don't have to lift a finger to prove yourself to anyone. When you understand who you are at your core and how powerful that actually is. Because a high-value man doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He doesn't overcompensate. He doesn't try to be liked. He doesn't try to be everything to everyone. He simply is. And that being, that aura, that presence, that knowing, is what makes him so damn magnetic. You see, we live in a world where noise is everywhere. Everyone's trying to be louder, flashier, more impressive. But the high-value man? He doesn't scream. He whispers. In the world leans in to listen. That's the difference. So how does a man reach that place? That position where women, intelligent, powerful, desirable women, are drawn to him without him needing to do a single thing. It starts inside. First, he knows his value. Not the kind of value given to him by status, money, looks, or clout. Those things can help, yes. But real value, the kind that radiates from the inside out, comes from a man who's mastered himself, his emotions, his energy, his direction. He's not reactive. He's not needy. He doesn't seek approval. He doesn't ask permission to be who he is. His foundation is built on something unshakable. His identity. He's carved himself from adversity. He's walked through fire. And because of that, he has no need to prove himself to anyone. The high-value man is at peace with solitude. He doesn't fear silence. In fact, he thrives in it. He uses it. Because he's not distracted, he's focused, he's deliberate, he's building, he's growing, and because of that, his energy becomes rare in a world full of anxious, validation-seeking men. He walks into a room and doesn't need to announce himself. The way he moves, the calmness in his eyes, the subtlety of his body language, all of it speaks volumes. He doesn't interrupt, he doesn't dominate with words, he dominates with presence. And that's the key. You see, women, especially high-quality women, are incredibly attuned to energy. Suwaite. They don't just hear what you say, they feel what you carry. And when a man carries peace, purpose, and power, without needing to show it off. She feels that deeply. It stands out like a light in darkness. It's rare. It's intoxicating. So no, he doesn't chase. He doesn't impress. He attracts. Like gravity, the high-value man knows that his value doesn't increase when a woman chooses him. It doesn't decrease when she walks away. He remains grounded either way. Because he's not playing the same game. He's not trying to win her. He's inviting her. He's welcoming her. He's welcoming her into his world. A world he's built with vision, discipline, and intention. He understands that he is the prize, but not in a shallow, egoic sense. He's the prize because of how hard he's worked to become who he is. Not just externally, but internally. He's done the shadow work. He's faced his wounds. He's killed the boy in him so the man could rise. And now he has no desperation in him, no holes to fill, no unresolved pain to project onto others. That makes him safe, strong, unshakable. Women don't just want looks, status, or muscles. They want emotional intelligence. They want grounding. They want leadership. And the high-value man leads not with control, but with clarity. He leads with vision. He makes decisions. He speaks with intention. He listens with presence. He gives without needing to be praised for it. His life is not a sales pitch. It's an invitation to something rare, something stable, something secure. And because of that, he doesn't need to play mind games. He doesn't send mixed signals. He's not hot one day and cold the next. He's consistent, not because he's trying to please, but because that's who he is. His words match his actions. His behavior matches his standards. He knows the difference between attention and admiration, between lust and love, between attraction and connection. And he chooses quality over quantity, always. That's why he's not impressed by beauty alone. He's seen it all. All. He's lived enough to know that looks fade, but energy is eternal. He looks deeper. He listens closer. He asks better questions. He seeks soul over skin, substance over status, depth over drama. And when he meets a woman who mirrors his values, who challenges him, respects him, energizes him, he doesn't fumble. He doesn't flinch. He leans in because he's ready. He's prepared. He knows what he wants, and he knows how to nurture it. That, right there, is what separates him. So many men ask, what should I say? What should I text? How can I make her like me? But the high-value man doesn't ask how to get women. He asks how to grow himself, how to sharpen his purpose, how to deepen his integrity, how to elevate his discipline. So, because he knows that who he becomes is the most powerful magnet of all, there's no need to manipulate when you're magnetic. There's no need to beg when you're whole. There's no need to perform when you're aligned. So to every man listening right now, this is your reminder. You don't need to become someone else to be worthy. You don't need tricks, gimmicks, or games. What you need is a mission, a reason, a standard. What you need is to become so deeply connected to who you are that you stop chasing what doesn't align. Because that's what real attraction is. Not pursuit, not pressure, but alignment. And when a man is in alignment with his purpose, his values, his growth, he radiates a rare kind of strength. One that doesn't require noise to be noticed. One that doesn't need likes, followers, or even validation to feel real. That's the man women are drawn to. That's the man who enters a room and shifts the energy without saying a word. That's the man who attracts not just any woman, but the right woman. So don't lift a finger. Lift your standards, lift your focus, lift your discipline, lift your mindset. The rest will follow. Because when you become the man you were meant to be, your energy walks into the room before you do. And that's irresistible.